Good morning, everybody. I hope that you are having an amazing day. Today is Module 10. We are 10 months into this thing already. And today we're going to be talking about asking for the business close with confidence. The objective of today's lesson is to equip you all with simple, natural ways to ask the customers for the business after building trust, whether during a service follow-up or a conversation with a neighbor or a prospect. You've done all the work, you've answered all the questions, you've built the trust. Now it's time to give the customer the chance to say yes. That's what asking for the business is all about. So why this matters is if you don't ask, many customers won't take that next step. Even if they want to, they're waiting for you to take the lead. So what this isn't about pressuring somebody, twisting their arm behind their back. What's it going to take, for me to get you into this pest control service today? It's not that. It's not pushiness. It's just helping the customer move forward confidently. It's just getting a yes or a no. And so there's certain ways that you can ask for the business. If you've just finished explaining a service, would you like me to go ahead and get this scheduled while I'm here? That's very natural, right? Second one would be something like, do you want me to go ahead and take care of that for you today? Again, very natural, pushy, not pushy, assumptive. If a neighbor seems interested, but a little bit unsure, I can always swing by and give you a free inspection if you'd like. That would be if somebody stops you, you could easily just let them know, hey, I can do a free inspection for you. Would it be helpful if I walked the property with you and gave you a few options? People love options. I love options. I tend to give most customers several options. That way it makes it easy for them to make a decision. If someone says they need to think about it, if you remember from last month, we went through objections, and the first thing we did was we had to acknowledge the objection. So in this case, if somebody says, I need to think about it, I totally understand. Would it be okay if I followed up with you next week? Or I totally understand, would it be helpful if I stopped by and walked the property with you to show you what I'm talking about? Give them some more information. So some common mistakes are waiting too long. I never want to go without following up no more than a week. Talking them out of it by over explaining it. There's an old adage in sales that, once you ask for the business, you zip it, you close your mouth. First one to talk loses. They don't lose, but a lot of times people are trying to process, what's going on. How do I schedule this? I've got to pick up my kids from school. I've got dinner, but if you over talk them, that breaks their train of thought, and then you've sort of lost out on that opportunity. And then asking too vaguely. So what do you think? That's not really a close. So again, I'm more of the, hey, while I'm here, do you want me to go ahead and get you started? Practice the ask in the role play. And we're going to role play just like we always do. I know none of us like it, but it's necessary. And I think some of you have heard me say this, the key to learning is repetition. One partner is going to be the technician, one is the customer. Practice the ask, right? At the end of the different scenarios. So maybe you're explaining rodent exclusion. You have a curious neighbor. Somebody's asking you about an attic insulation, and then switch roles and repeat. So a couple of last things. This isn't about making a pitch. This is about giving them the option. The best techs at Dewey don't sell with pressure. They just ask with confidence. So a couple last things. Ask for the business. Don't be afraid to ask, right? Solutions have cost associated with it. So if you get up in the attic and the attic insulation is all jacked up, there's rodents everywhere, there's a cost associated with that. And so again, ways to ask, would you like me to go ahead and get the schedule? Do you want me to take care of that while I'm here? Would it be helpful if I walked the property and gave you some options? I can certainly follow up with you next week. Again, we're not selling, you're servicing, and as part of the servicing is asking if they want your help. I appreciate y'all. I know how hard you're working. This is just that next iteration in getting better and better and more comfortable with the sales process. Again, not trying to make you guys sales folks. but just trying to help you increase your skills so that sales come more naturally to you. So have a great day, and thank you for all you do. Be safe out there. I appreciate everything that y'all do.